In the middle of a moment, in the dark of a train, with the focus of a fool, man, you can tell me anything. There's a reason for the seat in the chaos that I covet. Try to find myself before I start to loathe it. Oh, I can't just let you run. I never knew such sorrow as the setting sun. And now I take my last breath of my lonesome only friend. You give me what I please, the desire to be free, just to stop all this pain and stop the shivering. I said no, I just can't seem to let it go. The truth, it leaks like a lie. Oh, you tried to save me, baby, you ran out of time. Oh, I can't see myself astray. I feel the emptiness at the first light of day. And now I take my last breath of my lonesome friend.
Let's go. Sorry about that. My fucking mic wasn't working. Anyway, hope everyone is doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty alright on this Friday evening. I do have to work tomorrow, which makes it kind of less of a weekend, but we're still gonna vibe. We're still gonna have some fun. Let's fucking go. Good night, Giant. Love you, brother. Ooh. What's up, Chris? Oh, let me check. Ooh. Let's go. Let's get another dab in.
Me in quarantine, I'd probably kick it at the crib of course, smoke a quarter P. My conduct ain't disorderly. I say please when I'm ordering, but this chick wanna break the law, and I ain't mad at all. She coming through dropping drawers, she make that ass clap. Round of applause. Oh my God, I wasn't seeing any flaws. 2 weeks later, had to pause. I was running up a fever and I had a cough. Girl got wet, now my cough is dry, and I have a smoker's cough. I'm very often hot. But this the type of cough to make you wanna die. So if you give me my corona, cut a motherfucking line. I ain't no snitch, I ain't telling if you fucking on the low, bitch. Low. Now you supposed to be
Someone's
a
like
low bitch.
learning guitar or some shit.
Swear to God, I didn't know shit. Thought I'd get a little head and take myself to bed, but I ended up with COVID. Yeah, that pussy got me so sick. Worth it. Ended up with COVID. Yeah, COVID. But that booty, it was so thick. On my whole shit. Oh shit, guess I ended up with COVID. Yo. Piece of shit, Donald Trump up on my TV. Made me wanna spend a month up in a teepee. Problem is I'm running out of TP. Know you been in Costco, got a stack, so come and see me. Down to keep you in a Benz out, but don't fuck up that rent out. And if the cops pull you over, say that pussy is essential. I'ma eat that box like bento, like Mentos and Diet Coke, the way I explode. White it, then what's spinning down your throat? Fucking call until I'm dying, ho. Not to gas you up, but the pussy might be worth dying for. I ain't no snitch, I ain't telling if you fucking on the low, bitch. No, you supposed to be at home, bitch. Swear to God, I didn't know shit. Thought I get a little head and take myself to bed. But I ended up with COVID.
Ooh, that one fucking got me.
COVID. Yeah, that pussy got me so sick. Worth it. Ended up with COVID. Yeah, COVID. But that booty, it was so thick.
Which one, Chris?
Oh shit, guess I ended up with COVID. Man, it sucks, but at the same time, my ass was like, bro, you know, sex was crazy, bro, but I ended up with COVID. Yeah, that pussy got me so sick.
GHC.
Worth it. Ended up with COVID.
Oh, I got this one. Thank you, though.
Yeah, COVID. But that booty, it was so thick. On my whole shit. Oh shit, guess I ended up with COVID.
All right. Should we take another dab? Do I have a what? Take a fatty. Oh, do I have to ask? You're right. You're right. You're right. All right, let's get it.
y'all hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just wanted to start doing that. Yo, what up, Honey B? What's up, Snag?
We got this whole bubble, dog. Why you up on me like that?
We talking about?
No, I'm just joking with Honeybee.
I think, I think it's because, like, I got y'all on fixed right now, but, like, I think you need a lot of people in the bubble in order for it to, like, step right. Let's try to invite some people. I know Mr. Cat came in here and popped in the bubble. I see him right now.
We need to do some planning.
Bubble right
No,
now.
I mean, I don't think so.
You want to do the planning with other people?
No.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
But, me and Honeybee can run through it and get on Discord if you want.
Yeah. However you want to do it. I just said I would do this earlier this
Yeah.
morning. I thought I did this because I thought we were gonna have that done. But I'm totally down to do whatever I gotta do to make it happen. I just want to
Run
be
it,
sure a little while.
run this and we'll pop up Discord and then you can hear what we're saying and if we need anything.
Yeah. Oh, I see Mr. Cat and everybody down there. What I'm trying to do is invite these people in here that I know came in here to get in the bubble. But if
Yeah,
for some
yeah,
reason
yeah.
they invite y'all all funky.
It's a public bubble. I'll just go down and tell them to join back the public bubble. You okay with that, Honeybee?
Yeah, let's do it.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job, had second hands.
Ooh, this is a banger. This is definitely gonna get me DMCA though, because it's like too close, I think. But it's okay.
Mr. Cat.
It's a banger. It's a banger mashup.
But it was just a dream for the teen who was a fiend. Started smoking wools at 16.
Good night. You going to bed, amigo?
Making my way off fire escapes. No question I was beat for cracks and weed. The combination made my eyes bleed. No question I would flow off and try to get the dough off. Sticking up right boys.
Everybody can take a mic if you need to request it, or I can go through. I'm in Decentraland and here, brother, joining the communities, all the builders. Oh yeah, bro. You know I feel really bad, bro, because I don't like. I'm not gonna lie, voxel art gives me a headache. Like staring at Minecraft and shit. Like I don't prefer it. Lou, I need to learn how you do that in here, Lou. Because I can't do that. It's not in my emotes like that. Like I don't have a double listed like fix it up. Join the bubble while doing it. Ooh, start the bubble while doing it. Okay, that's an interesting hack. That's a very interesting hack.
A man with a dream with plans to make cream was fail. I went to jail at the age of 15, a young buck selling drugs and such who never had much.
Let's go.
Get a clutch of what I could not touch. The court play me short, now I face incarceration. Pacing, no one upstates my destination. Handcuffed in back of a bus. 40 of us.
Hey, Macaroni. I had to go out and come back in with fire on my feet.
But as the world turned, I learned like
What? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, I was like fire on your feet. What are you talking about? See, yo, I love that y'all figured out that hack. Like, or that y'all figured that out, like how to get in the bubble with the fire on or with the runner on. Because when I saw that earlier, oh, hold on, somebody's face on.
Yeah, now people are walking around with bubble in our ass.
Shut up, Sacker.
leave it up to me while I be living proof to kick the truth to the young black youth. The shorties running wild, smoking cess, drinking beer.
Yo, hold on, guys. Yo, man, I'm literally hosting a meeting right now with a shitload of people in the metaverse, bro. Like, dead ass. Hold up, what? Hold up. Yo, hold on, guys. I just got a call from some people that I grew up with and I ain't talked to in years. Yo, that was the weirdest shit in the world right now. I can't believe those dudes just called me. Like, I'm talking about, like, people just hit me up. Like, I haven't talked to these guys in 15 years. I don't even know how they got this phone number. That's hella strange right now. I'm like, who is FaceTiming me? Like, all right, guys, yo, welcome to Bubble Trouble. I don't know what this is about. I just ran my mouth earlier and said I was gonna start doing the regular bubbles, but this is what Bubble Trouble's all about. But like, I'd really like to like talk to everybody, have everybody have a voice, you know, see what you guys are liking over here, see what you guys are not liking over here. Just shoot the shit, you know what I'm saying? Dude, that was like, that's my favorite luxury brand though. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like that out of all the brands. Let's go. Where are we gonna go?
We going under again?
Is that what y'all want to do?
Oh yeah, I feel like I live under there. We got speed up
I'm
the
just
levels.
coming.
Same with the Slipknot Iowa album.
My Dead Friends.
Slipknot Iowa album.
My Dead
Not
Friends.
The same, like the first song wasn't even the same.
So guys, are you who's excited for the other games tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I'm kind of glad that it's actually in the evening because I have to work in the morning.
Same, dude.
Yo,
Same.
yo, I'm not, bro. We'll see. Check this out. A lot of people hit us up and like live in Asia and stuff, and we're like, yo, we can do it later. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning where we live, and we sleep. Oh, we're bad. My bad. Like, okay, like we'll definitely switch up the time zone. We want to try to accommodate everybody, and we also don't know what the sweet spot is either. Like, hey guys, feel free to anybody just ask for a mic, and I'll hit it from the request. It's a lot easier than just going and picking everybody. So feel free to request a mic if you want one. Anybody can speak. We're chopping it up. Yo, My Dead Friends. I definitely want that guy to grab a mic. Yo, I really feel like My Dead Friends is show where he like does the trivia and stuff like that. Like, I have fun doing that. I'll be real. There we are. We got some requests coming up.
Yeah, it makes your brain work. I resent
Play it
that
for me,
comment.
man.
My brain never works. Don't ever assume that again. Mine partially works.
No more hard questions.
What time is the games tomorrow?
10 p.m. EST. We currently have about 6,000 I think it's almost 7,000 to be honest, worth of like prizes in Aben and NFTs. Yeah, it's a lot. Guys, I'll be real. Well, you know, it's because like, you know, people donate to the end, but like a lot of this was put together by the team this time, and you know, I'm trying to tell them, bro, like we got like, you know, this is like we, you know, Timmy's real generous, and a couple of guys are real generous. I'm like, yo, we gotta like, extend these guys, like, you know, like we need to cap it at like 4K, and that way we know we got a prize pool for the next week. You know what I mean? But you know, we're having fun, and that's really what's important. Like, people are showing up. We want people to show up this weekend too. We want, you know, each one reach one, teach one. Bring your friend. Like, I know, like, we all, like, I've onboarded 7 of the people that I know in my life this week, simply because, like, when it boils down to it, I know, like, they're always texting me or saying that they're bored. Yo, saying they're bored, or like, you know what I'm saying, they're not enjoying X, Y, and Z, or they just sit at the house, and I'm like, yo, come fuck with me over here in this thing. They're like, bro, a metaverse for real? And like, then when they see how easy it is, like, I've taken several people around this week, just showing them around, and like, I think that it's like, while I don't know if they're exactly going to come back, they've hit the entrance, and hopefully they'll come for tomorrow night. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, those kind of onboarding efforts kind of like, you know, be retention, because when I say that I feel like this is like the next version of Facebook or something like that, like, essentially that's what these kind of platforms are going to be. And while there'll be a lot of them, they're like, this one's going to be very, very unique to the fact that, like, it already had a base community ahead of time and all that. Yo, Phil, take a mic, brother, please. Bonafide, take a mic. Anybody, you know, take a mic. If you'd like to take a mic, I'll request you. I'm just, what's up top over here?
The Trenchers community got a new person in today. We brought Slop in, and he wasn't in here yet until today.
Digital Swap. Is it Slop? Slop?
Like the slow-moving tree squirrel.
Yeah.
Weasel.
Sloth. Yeah, y'all gotta spell it out for me, guys. I got ears like a granny and a voice like a chain-smoking angel. Phil Watkins, welcome to the front of the bubble. How are you doing today, sir?
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. Well, Friday night for most of you, but yeah, hope you had a good week.
Yes, sir. You know, no, it's really wild. This, like, I didn't feel it until this week of like everything we've been doing, like as far as how many shows I go on, I didn't realize how much I do until I think this week, as far as like naturally, like, 'cause I'm always on Twitter, I'm always like doing my RRL business or delivery or doing something, you know what I mean? Like, and this week kind of like, I was like, wow, I think I need to get organized, a lot better organized, you know? That's what I learned this week.
Mate, we're leveling up. You're leveling up at the end of the day. You're doing more and more, and yeah, things are paying off. And just stay balanced. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you still have that
totally. Yeah, totally, bro. Well, you know, like I'm a thinker, bro. I'm the guy that lays back and can't sleep. So I just like my rest. Some of the times is just like letting my mind quiet itself and think like in the most simplest of terms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whenever we were gonna decided games, like I'm like, yo, red light, green light was something I played a lot as a kid, and like I'm like, yo, I really want to do red light, green light. Like, it was just that simple. Like when we it was that simple.
Yeah,
like when we were all thinking, like, what could we do over here? What kind of experiences are we gonna have? And I'm like, yo, like that, things like that, hot potato. Like, did you ever play hot potato as a kid? Like, I think, like, once we are able to, like, create the potato and stuff like that, like, it's going to be dope to, like, have a game of hot potato and see who ends up with a potato at the limit, because really what it boils down to is that when you play hot potato in this thing, like, all you have to do is be able to tap F next to somebody. They could run away, and all of a sudden they have the potato. You know what I mean? So, like,
banana.
There's a, or exactly, the banana. So on and so forth. I didn't even think about using a banana, but that just makes the most sense, to be honest with you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You know, or a jar of or a pack of Coda Fart Slims. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You don't want to be caught with it. Let me let up some other speakers. Anybody feel free to take the mic and what's on your mind?
I have to poop.
Oh, shit.
I mean, you asked.
I wanted to say that hey, it's been great these days. Like, there's like so many people that right now, it's a small group. It's amazing because like you get to see who's who, and I hope that we all like get to know each other better, because this is what it's all about, right?
Mr. Cat, that's exactly what it is, brother. Like, we're like, I consider like everybody in this bubble, like my man Jay Vegas, Dip Shittery, Mars Buggy, Phil, My Dead Friends, Danny, you know, Luke from the Zoo, OX Prince, Casey, Buck, Otherside, like Otis. Like, these are all people I see, and if I didn't say your name, I'm sorry. These are all people I see in here on a daily basis. Like, you guys are part of, like, the first true 100, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, like, yo, my man, shout out to my man Jay Vegas. He really is, you know, I may be a steward of other games, but my man is definitely a steward of the other side. The way that he takes people around, and he's always just like right there with us, like just, you know, like one of the best people to have in here and stuff like that. Giving out emojis, like, you know, like what a gem, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Jay Vegas. You know, I hope we get to see you. You know, me and Jay Vegas have hung out like 4 or 5 times around the states, just going to different events and stuff. So it's definitely put W's in the chat for Jay Vegas.
Trying to make me blush, bro. Stop it.
Trying to make me smoke in here and do the little thing with the ball.
Well, like for example, I've been in 2 NFT New Yorks, and it's great because when you meet people in real life, you notice how it's just exactly the same as we are when we're here, right? Like, I mean, I met you, for example, 2 years ago, and the vibe that you spread here, it's just exactly the same as in person. So that's really fucking amazing, you know? Because that the disconnect that you might be afraid to have when you're in here, like that's not real. It's fucking real.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I tell a lot of people, like, the only reason that what works for me is that if you meet me in person, like, I'm the exact same person. Like, I'm this loud. I'm really loud. I'm probably obnoxious, you know? I don't like...
I think he's a little louder.
I think you're louder. I think you're louder in person.
Do you really? Yo, it's... Man, it's crazy because... I try to tell people, like, I don't know that I'm yelling or I don't know that I'm being loud. I'm just talking. I'm just being myself. And I think that, you know, my mama says I was born to talk to, like, a lot of people at one time or something, like large audiences, you know. You throw me at one of those monuments when there's a whole row of people and they'd probably hear me talking.
I thought you were going to say you need to talk. Your mom said you need to talk loud so Jesus can hear you.
Oh, brother, Jesus hears me, you know. Jesus hears me, trust me. Oh, man, I pray. I'm not even cap and say I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, I'm all about setting a vibe and putting out a good vibe. Like, one of the things that, like, even I've known Mr. Cat since I was brought into a kid called Beast to, like, help grow that community and do the thing with them. And, like, I did really well in that community, and it was a great vibe, and all I got to do was really be myself and do a show and just, like, you know, be communal. It's just that was the first time I was ever entered a community, and there was so much cattiness, like, between all the people in the community. Like, it was like almost like I was like walking into a war field every day, like, be careful what you say, Machiavelli, or how you behave, because you're gonna offend somebody or they're gonna think you're getting special treatment. And really, I was just out here working, doing my thing, being myself. You know, like, that's the only thing I know how to do.
How did you get involved with a kid called Beast? I never heard how you got involved.
So they had been out. Like Raspy had been, like, I hadn't met Mr. Cat or anybody from the team yet, but they had a Discord server, and I had gotten their Discord for the first time, like, in March of 20. I want to say 22. Like, and it was young. Like, they had just did like a couple of, like, photos. Maybe it was May.
March 22. That was very young. Because I started in February 22.
Yeah, well, y'all had just had, like, a couple of, like, sneak peeks in the thing or whatever, and, like, you know, Raspy was doing a lot of spaces, and I looked at the project and I was like, I'm out, like, and I left, and then I'd had at that point in time people, all my friends from, like, the Feathered Underdog Club and a few other projects that I was heavily involved with in building community, and were like, yo, Machiavelli, and this was later in August, they were about to launch, and they were like, yo, Machiavelli, you need to come join this project and, like, just come be part of the community. Like, you're real creative and, you know, it's something new. And then something happened, they ended up not going to Mint. And then and so, like, I didn't hear about it again or nothing. And then fast forward to December of 2023, and my buddy Savvy, who's worked under Mr. Cat and is like worked as a 3D artist from the community with a kid called Beast, says, And I'll never forget the date. It was the date I joined the server and everything. He told me in December. I kept telling him I'm good. Like, I didn't think it was gonna come out or whatever. Like, I was like, I'm good, bro. And then like, my mom had like a heart attack, dead ass, and she needed a bypass or she needed a pacemaker. So they put one in there, and I kind of moved home to like take care of her. And then she ended up right then, the day of Christmas or the day after Christmas, she had another heart attack, and they needed to do a double bypass. The first surgery was all the earlier in that month was like the pacemaker. Then it went all haywire, whatever. She had another heart attack. They needed to do a double bypass. So then, like, I was gonna, like, all of a sudden it was like, yo, the doctors pulled me in, like, yo, because my brother and sister weren't gonna be able to go take care of my mom or do any of that. They're like, yo, can you do this? Can you, like, you know, you're gonna need to be with her for the next 12 weeks, blah blah blah. And I was like, she's like, they're like, and my mom's like hates smoking and drinking and all that stuff. They're like, you're not gonna be able to smoke, drink. If she smells it and she coughs, and like, I took it real serious. And like, at that time, Sassy called me, and I'll never forget, it was the 11th of January, and she just got out of surgery, and he's like, bro, get called Beast is facing the man for real. I need you to come join this community, man. I need you, like, just to come do yourself, bro. I'll take you to sure. And I was like, okay, so I joined the server, and then I met Jack and Mimi and like these community managers, Emmy stuff, and like then Raspy just came in the chat that day, and I was just listening and just kind of like being myself, and then all of a sudden the 15th came up to mint, and like I remember that day he was in the Discord server answering questions, and people were asking questions like, yo, can we put these kids on marijuana packaging and all this, and he was like, no, dude, you'll be barred from the community. And I was like, man, I like this dude, like I like his just focus and everything. And so then Twitter Spaces was really popping off at this time, you know what I'm saying? So like the whole thing was like, yo, we can get attention with Twitter Spaces, and anytime a kid called Beast was talked about, I saw there being attention. So, you know, it was just as easy as holding a space with a kid called Beast in the title. And like all of a sudden that it went from that to like all the homies, we started a little thing called Beast FM, and we were doing a show every morning, and like we just
Who did you do it with?
Like, I did it with well, it was Jet Fuel did it, and he did it with this dude named Lucifer, and then 1 hour, 4 hours, and me. And then there was I want to say, I don't remember who else was involved, maybe one other person, but like there was a lot of like inner competition between me and Lou and like several other people from the community. Like they were writing nasty shit on me on the timeline, but I was so busy, and I was literally doing 20-hour-a-day spaces. Like we would do Beast FM in the morning, but I would do a kickoff spaces in every freaking time zone. And like the other founders would come into my shows a lot. Man, I feel so bad. One of the guys, he would come in, I would be doing the late night show, and he'd always come to the stage, say hi, very, very communal dude. And I was like, man, dude, I like this dude. And then Mr. Pat would show up and pop through, and I was like, man, like the other founders are super cool, like, you know what I mean? And it just progressed. Like the first time the entire team met themselves, when I met Mr. Pat in New York, was literally the first time that they all met each other in person, and I got to be there for that. I got to really like see what it was like from the inside out and the outside in, from being a community member with that project and the inner workings and all that. Like, and yo, like it taught me a lot in this industry, and just how people are and all that, for the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? And so like when I decided, like while I was doing that, I also joined the New Tape Yacht Club for the first time, because I had, like, from a kid called Beast, I got an opportunity to host a show called the Bored Ape Show, and that came with a mutant ape and like $3,500 a month, yo, in Cash App, like dead ass, or however I wanted to be paid, USDC, whatever. I chose Cash App. But so not only did I get a mutant bot for me, and I got to leverage it and all this stuff, like they showed me the game through Ben Dow, like it was dope. And then like it was like really one of those things. I got to go to the 2 year, like, yo, look guys, in 2023, the end of 2022, 2023, and beginning of 2024, like I saw like pretty much every NFT conference and like NFT things, like, and it was all like on, like I got paid to go, like I was a paid space host, I was paid everything.
So what I love about this, bro, is that of all the people that you mentioned that in the Twitter Spaces, you're like the only one that really kept going, and how you evolved and how now you're like leading this community. That's amazing, you know. And so big respect, because when I saw that you were like creating all this community with Hype and with Honeybee, you were at G-Spot and all the pack. It was amazing to see you back and strong, you know. So flowers to you, bro.
Hey, thank you so much. You know, for me, like I'm always willing to sit quiet in the wings until like I feel like there's an opportunity for me to be myself. I'm already like a very boisterous person. Sometimes I'm a hard pill to swallow, or you know, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But if I believe in something, if I'm really seeing something and I'm feeling it, like, and my intuition says to rock with it, like I'm gonna rock with it. And I think that's also been a superpower, because I'm also very patient and I'm understanding of everything. Like, I know one thing that I can do is just control me and my reactions to everything, and that's it. And if I can do that right, I can get past any obstacle, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this ecosystem and the way that, you know, kind of sometimes business goes not everybody's way. But I thank you for that acknowledgement, Mr. Cat. Like, I really appreciate it. But like, the best thing I feel that works for this and for me and everybody is like, I just get to be myself here. Like, there's no trying. You know what I'm saying? It's just doing. It's just being. Like my dead friend started showing up and playing, doing the game show stuff and everything. Like trivia. He's like every time I run into him, like in the social settings, whether it's Discord or on Facebook and stuff, like my man is the same energy and it's the same like fun, and it's, you know, it's like being active and attractive, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that like whenever you're able to harness that about your own and yourself, like it's a recipe for magic, you know what I'm saying? Like in any system that you're in or anything. So that, like, I'm really just a community member too. I'm just not afraid to speak up or stand up and say what I want or say what I think, and I'm trying to do it with youth. I'm trying to do it with respect and forwardness, like to my fellow constituents and community members and stuff, because I feel like everybody deserves that.
Yo.
But if I don't like it, but if I'm not like it, I'll tell you I don't like it. Just don't be mad at me, okay? Please don't be mad at me.
I just wanted to say, for those of you who don't know, while you're up here in the bubbles, it's super cool while people are talking. If you use the hold down control on your keyboard and zoom in and out, you can really look around the world when you're up here while Max is speaking. So that you get super cool views zooming in and zooming out when you use that control button. Definitely. Sorry.
How far can you go in this world? Because like I started flying, but bro, I was the bubble and like I was there like for half an hour.
Yo, so check this out. I can there's a couple of places that I've flown off to the side, and I just keep flying into the abyss. I've got it recorded like I'm flying for like 12 minutes straight, and like for part of it, like you can see all the light around me, and you can move it all around, and you twist in circles, and then all of a sudden it's like it loses the light, and you're just floating, and then now you're just like a shadow in the abyss, and then it gets smaller and smaller until you just pop back up the clubhouse. And I think the both times that I went through it, like one was 12 minutes and one was 22 minutes, yo, until I got back to the clubhouse. I think one time I had to respawn though. Like when it was already 22 minutes, I was like, yo, this is never ending. Like I'm just straight into the abyss.
Yeah, for sure. And can you go to that city that's behind us?
Yeah. I'm about to transport us all. Are you ready? No, I'm just kidding, Mr. Cat. Not yet. That's Meopolis.
How do you get it?
So Meopolis, you need a Meebit, and like, you know, that belongs to the Meebit. You know what I'm saying? Meebco, you know, was started by Sergio. I think his name is Sergio, and they eventually they will be taking over Meopolis and all that, and you know, the Meebits will, you know, do their thing. Like, you know, I don't know when it will happen, or it's like it's hard to tell. Like it's their timeline. You know what I mean? I know
They're
that we
super
didn't
busy,
talk to
and
them
Bailey
about
is
hosting
amazing.
Yeah. Well, Bailey is so amazing. So is Bojangles. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole team is like, they're really small, they're tight knit, but they are super dope. And like I look forward to seeing whatever they can do and produce with the Meopolis. And I know that, like I said, we did talk to them, and we're gonna be doing something with them.
That's amazing. They got such a nice style, and also like the way that they're pushing VR is beautiful.
Yo, Mr. Cat, tell me something about your art. Where's Croc at? Like, why aren't you dropping him on 8 Chain? Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? I need a gator in the swamp, bro.
I'm definitely dropping out on Ape Chain. So I'm building right now something special. I can't talk about it much more, but it's gonna be like the in between with Croco. So I'm still like building. I'm still building, you know, about Typical Friends and Mr. Cat. So that's how I started my first like small community. From there, I'm creating a lot of characters that are gonna be like the friends of the bunny. The bunny has had a lot of success. And Croco, there's gonna be a young Croco in that little project. And so that for sure has to be an Ape Chain. And following that, that's where I'm gonna get into Croco. So it's all like a big family. That's what I love about this, like the evolution of characters, that we can understand them in different depths, you know. And so that's something that I've been doing often, you know. Like I've worked in characters for more than 10-15 years. So
what are
I'm
you
used to
talking about with the
big
bunny
groups.
and stuff? What's the bunny you're saying about?
Oh, bro.
Sure.
Yeah, Mr. Cat, please tell him. Please, my friend.
Sure. So a few years ago, like Marcus from Invisible Friends, he reached out to me because he had this project called Typical Friends. He had Invisible Friends, he had Typical Friends, where he did some limited designer editions. And back then, that was I wasn't yet leaving a kid called Beast, but I was thinking about it, and he told me that like there was a small project, and it's like limited designer editions, where he did the Ooze character, which is like a green blob, a really cool character. I'm a big fan of Marcus from way before, like in Web 2 area, so like I knew his work, Burn Post's work, and many people, many artists from space that jumped from Web 3. So like he's a legend from well beyond Web 3. And like he did this project, limited designer edition, the first edition. The second one was this other artist called Pony Babel. He's another legend in the space. He does like rubber hose kind of animations in 2D, which are freaking amazing. And so like being able to be the third one for me was like a super honor. And I was supposed to do just like one character and one small animation. But you know, the typical thing with these kinds of projects is that you put so much passion. I ended up doing two. My Mr. Cat character, which is actually an evolution, because I've been working with a Mr. Cat character, which used to be a totem, then it became a four-legged character. Then I implemented it in a Kid Called Beast characters. I'm the artist that created all the characters of Kid Called Beast. And like the next step for me was trying to make it like a bit more of an adult kind of character. So I fit that one in, and at the same time I was making some cute little badass characters, where the bunny was one that I found special. And so for that drop, it was a limited designer edition of there was 99 green cats with a green jacket, 4 bunnies with a pink dress, with pink outfit, 25 bunnies with a green outfit, and then there's like an open limited designer edition of the Mr. Cat with a black jacket. And all of the green ones were limited designer editions where I signed the soul. So like they're all numbered, so that makes it a bit more special in terms of a limited designer edition. It came with 3D files, VRM files, you know, blend shapes, so you have a lot of expressions. And it was like for me a way to open up and create a new chapter in this Web3 space, where I see and look for the new community that I was building, you know, and find like my new people. And so that's what that project is about. So it was part of a limited designer edition, but it was actually with a much more depth in mind, like find my OGs so I can grow and keep moving.
Are you Mr. Cat character artist? Meow, Mr. Cat, is that your Twitter handle?
Yeah, that's me. And I've worked with Nike, I work with Facebook, etc.
That's the thing.
Bro, he did some dope characters for Nike, because he's been doing every year when they have like a new Chinese year, like he's done those characters, and like the dragon is dope, like that was the tiger, like you've done how many have you done of those, Mr. Cat?
So I've done all the past years. We started in 2021, so I did the tiger, then I did the bunny, then I did the dragon, then I did the snake, and you know, like I don't know if I'll do the horse. That's something that you know, you never know. I can't talk about this either, but you never know.
Yes, sir.
And like each year, you can see the evolution, because like first of all, what they were looking for 4 years ago, which was more of a toon kind of style, and as years progress, they're looking for things that are a bit more detailed. So the snake was much more detailed. It's the one that I did last year, which is posted on, it's been posted on my X. and I worked with them since 2021 because we created for Nectarina a set of, they called them the athlete cards. So these were characters, which was really fun because it had a very webman mindset, because it was create a system of characters that would be able to be dressed in their different outfits for that year. So I would create the system of the design style of the characters, of the female and the male characters, of the type of outfits of the athletes for tech and for urban, I think it was. What was going to be the walk cycle and how they were going to react. And according to that, and of course a lot of hard work and the agency, and not the agency, because directly with the client was really high level. You know that the art directors are really high level, so they are very demanding. And we made those characters, and then I did the tiger, which was going to be like something, I think it was going to be something small, like just a zodiac sign for that year. But it kind of turned out really well, so the next year they called me for the bunny, the next year they called me for the dragon, and each time like they made me up my skills because it's very challenging, demanding. These characters take like, just the character itself, like 6 to 8 weeks. I have like every 2 to 3 days I have to send updates, and usually the updates are like, you see one final dragon, but there's actually like, I'm working with 3 different dragons at the same time, you know. So all my updates have to be like with 3 or 4 different tasks, including the texturing, including the lighting, including, you know, like all these crazy things that you have to be really quick on. So you see one character in the final result, but there's actually been, you can see my mirror boards, and there's like tons and tons of updates. So it's crazy work, but it's amazing.
So I'm pretty new to animation. Like I've only been doing animation for probably like a year or so, and I do it in Unreal Engine with the level sequencer. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all. Like, what do you recommend to use, or like what do you use to make your animation?
So I don't use Unreal, but I really want to learn Unreal, because what does it give you? It gives you like a game engine, and it gives like really quick render times, right? So that's what's amazing.
Right.
I come from a motion graphics background, so I started with 3D Max and Lightwave, which was a long time ago. Then I went to Cinema 4D, which is actually, for example, the software that Good Vibes Club use. So that's a very like motion design kind of software. And I'm trying to migrate to Blender because Web3 is super Blender. If you think about professional production pipelines, they usually work with Maya and they work with Unreal if you want to go to gaming or you want to do quicker renders. But for this space, Blender Unreal is like the perfect match, I'd say.
And I have one more question if I could, man. Earlier you mentioned someone using an animation technique called rubber hose. Like what is that exactly?
Of course, so the rubber hose animation technique, I think there's a game, right, called the Cups, or there's maybe somebody knows better than me because I'm not too much of a gamer. Cuphead, right? So the style of the Cuphead, if you know that game, that's the rubber hose style. It's like the
rubber hose is a style of art. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Exactly.
okay. I thought it was more like an animation thing where like the arms or something move real limp or something, like a rubber hose kind of like floppy animation or something.
Well, that's how it is actually. So
I guess it is
think
kind
the
of,
name
yeah.
is really good. Yeah. And it's a really cool style. It's like a vintage style that everybody loves. I think it's like a classic, iconic, you know. So it works really well.
I do love
and
that.
this guy, well, if you check out Tony Babel, you're gonna flip out because he like remixes it in a way. And him, his animation capacity also before like entering Web3. I don't think he's like Web3 like us in terms of community. He's more of like an artist that does cool stuff, and he's so good that people magnetize. You know, they connect to him. But his style is just mesmerizing because he makes loops, you know, in a way, and so stylized, sophisticated, and cool at the same time. It's really beautiful.
Love it. Yeah, I need to learn all that.
Yo, so sorry.
crazy.
I'm trying to take a video right now of us all in the bubble so that I can like chop it up, and like I thought I recorded it on OBS, and I did hit record and I hit stop, but like I can't find where the video went. Like I can find all the ones that I did for the games, and I did it the same way, but I can't find this one, which is really strange. But I know it exists. If y'all get a good image or a screen grab from the actual screen grab, like you don't see the line to the screen, please tag me. I will repost it. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get like this good. I have such an awesome view right now with the sun coming on from behind your back. We're having this great conversation. Yo, shout out to you, Mr. Cat. Thank you for coming through, and thank you for sharing that with all of us. You know what I'm saying? I think that like there's a lot of aspiring, you know, animators, 3D artists and stuff like that will be coming to the other side, and who are currently in the other side, and like. It's almost something that honestly, bro, like I like in the next year, like I don't care if I got to spend 5 hours of my time a day learning it. Like I want to be able to create my own situation and my own everything over here, including learning the way to like put the dev work in there for like glyph and, you know, different transactions and things that I want to have in my, you know, quote unquote other games experience, or my actual just deed experience for the deeds that I'm going to be having and doing things on. But like, I think a lot about that because like just being part of it right now and understanding AI and how the tools will work, I feel like I've got like this huge head start that I could actually do something over here and make a difference and like build community and do that. Like that's I think where the difference is with this for me is like it actually feels like that. Like you see the same people showing up every day. We're continuing to grow slowly but surely. Like I think that's what also makes it worth it, and like it's almost like a driving force for it, you know. It's like finding your vibe, or you're finding your tribe.
That's the beauty. And also like in my case, I spend so many hours. I spend all day like making art, and I've forced myself to open up to the community, to speak out, you know, to be part of like different spaces, to listen to other people. And that's what the beauty here is that like what you do is amazing, and artists can't exist if you guys are not here in the community. It's impossible. We can't. So I create in a way so that you guys can express yourself. That's my goal. But if you guys are not there, my work is useless. And I think that that's a beauty because we've got all types of creatives here and all types of talent, and we talk to each other every day. And the more I learn about the space, the more you can feel that there's so much potential. So that's what's really like flowers to you guys, and it's just amazing to be here, you know, and to be part of this.
So I was looking up and like, what like, would you mind telling us what you create your characters with?
Yeah, for sure. So my way of working is, I can even explain like my whole process. Because I've studied it so much that I can explain it, I think, quite simply. So basically, first, when I speak with somebody, if I'm going to create something with somebody, I like to listen. I'm like an analyst, right? Not psychologist, but sociologist. You know, like you try to understand what they're trying to express, because it's the emotional side that captivates me most, and I think that's where you have to like go forward. Then once I understand more or less what they're trying to express and how, I have to think about how that can be represented visually. So we can talk about, is it a biped, is it a quadruped, which means like 2-leg or 4-leg, is it an animal, is it a human, what's the age, you know, like, and according to what they tell me, sometimes I already can say what it should be, and sometimes I have to like research a bit more. So once you have that step, you go into references, you know, and you start looking about, like, I have a whole library of ideas in my mind, or of things that I've saved, and I start looking what could work with the ideas that we have presented. So that's where you share. For example, like, it's not the same to create a character that is posed like a model, serious, that gives you like a fashion vibe, to a character that's like posed with a super action, which would make you much more tuned vibe. They both can work, but it depends on the context. And so once I found the references and I share them with the team, that's when you get like hands-on, right? And everything can change. Sometimes it happens that you're like scared. It happened to me a lot before, where I don't want to copy this artist that I have as a reference. I don't want to copy someone else because of my respect for the art of other people. But in the end, it never turns out to be like the copy or the reference that you have, because you start evolving in terms of the concept that you have for your project, and that's what makes it unique and special. And so then once those ideas and those things are in place, the software that I use is 3D Cinema 4D, but I'm trying to learn Blender. Basically, the projects that I do are not so technically complex. It's more about style. It's more about expressing. You can make something very expressive with just a sphere and 2 dots, you know? So it really depends on how. And,
I love
and then,
the way
like,
you explain that.
Yeah, because when I learned 3D for the first time to make characters, I did a sphere with a mouth and 2 eyes, And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. This is gonna be like, I uploaded it to Facebook thinking I'd have like at least 50 likes, and I got 3 likes. One of them was like my wife, my mother, and the friend. So it's like what you see in what you're working. Sometimes you project your ideas in what you're creating, but the others don't see it because it's not there yet. You don't have the capacity to express visually what you have in your mind. So that's what helped me. Like for example, my first Mr. Cat is just, it's like a bell. It's a sphere that I converted into a totem because I didn't know how to do much more. And the eyes are extruded. So extrusion is like you take 3 polygons, you put them inside, and then you take them out again, and you smooth everything, and you've got some eyes, super basic eyes. But it was a style that caught attention, and thanks to that character, and I did also a skull. I was invited to a festival in Berlin, the best festival in the world for character design. After getting rejected once, but got accepted the next one. So it wasn't based on my technical skills, which I evolved later on. It was more about how can I express visually in a way that I think is distinctive in comparison to other things that I like. What is the trending styles that are going on right now? Who am I? You know, what do I want to represent? I wanted to create characters that made me feel good. Maybe because it's like, if I'm going to be hours and hours and hours doing something, I might as well do something that looks at me with a smile. And like my characters had an iconic style of just like sticking their tongue out, because my cat used to do that a lot when they're like very comfy, they stick their tongue out. So I use that as a kind of iconic trait that would create identity. And so with my lack of skills, and with the lack of skills, but with the intention and style, I got like messaged by really cool artists. I was able to speak in Barcelona in front of 1,500 people, in New York, in Apple also, and like slowly, as feeling as if you're like cheating, you know, because you're like, you know, the typical feeling that you're not as good as you try to show because you feel insecure. Well, I started perfecting my skills, and perfecting your skills in 3D, in my case, would mean understanding anatomy. Would mean in technical skills understanding edge loops. Edge loops is a way for you to make like eyes or the shape of the mouth in a way that you can stretch it so you can create expression. That's why my characters, I can make them have a lot of expressions. Like in Croco, for example, it has a lot of, I shared a few images where you can make them feel very different according to the way you move the mesh. And that's because of technical skill of how can you place the polygons in a way to allow for that. And then like another skill that I learned thanks to Nike, because I was like so scared to make the snake last year, that I spent the whole year learning another software called Substance Painter. And what that does, Substance Painter is really good for textures, which is something that in Web3 also people love, you know. So it's the fact that you can make a rocky texture or something like the snake scales, you know, and something that is very simple, like a sphere, you can create an effect that makes it feel very detailed. So you can have, with little skills, create something that feels much more. Of course, the snake was really complex because of the way you model. There's something called T-pose and pose. So you model every character with a T-pose. The gorillas, the G's, the mutants, all of them have been modeled as a T-pose or A-pose. That's how you model a character before you put the bone. But with the snake, if you put it in a T-pose, it's actually like an I pose, right? It's a super long straight line. So when you do one change, it's really hard because like with a preview, Nike or many clients, they don't want to see the T-pose, they want to see it already like a preview. So I had to make the preview as a helix, right? Like a twirl. But everything that I saw and all the changes that I needed to do, I had to do them when as a T-pose, and the snake was so fucking long. So those are things that are like really crazy that happen while you're working. But so those are done in Cinema 4D, but you could perfectly do those in Blender, you can do them in Maya, you can do them in 3D Max. I don't think 3D Max is used much anymore. And yeah, that's more or less my process.
Yo, that's awesome. You know, I was looking up that no matter any of those, a lot of those programs you mentioned, like all of those files can be converted into Unreal Engine. Like,
Yeah.
there's literally a way, like they can all be converted in that way that they can be utilized over here. And you know, I think that's super cool about like a lot of the Nifty Island avatars and stuff like that. It's like a lot of these communities are kind of all ready to come over here. They just need to do a little bit of work on the back end, and then like do like whatever the application process looks like. Like, you know, I can't wait till we start seeing some of that representation like we do at Nifty Island over here on the swamp. And I think that, you know, while it might not happen tomorrow or nothing like that, I think that we're close around the corner, you know what I mean, from something like that, whether it's a few months or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And like the G's on Ape, they have quite a lot of polygons, so it's amazing how the other side has the capacity to manage so many polygons. For example, other engines, like they say, yeah, the character has to have less than 20,000 polygons, or 30,000, or 15,000, and like
that gives you a real rough character, right?
Yeah. Well, if you look at my rabbit, I use them on Nifty Island or VRMs, like, or the Mr. Cat. You model them in low poly, or that's how you can model different ways. But the way that I model is you model them in low poly. But you make sure that like ears or areas that should be curvy, they have enough polygons in low poly so it feels a bit curvy. So that when you're in a game, since the character is so small, it doesn't matter. You don't notice it. But then in animation, there's this technique called subdivision surface. It's a modifier. So it's like automatically, it smoothens it out. So you can, if your polygons are well made, for gaming it works in a low poly model. But then you can animate it with a subdivision if you want to create like an animation for TV, you know, to say somehow.
Have you ever used a program called Nomad Sculpt? It's like an iPad app that you can use Apple Pencil to kind of like sculpt and mold and stuff like that and create characters that way, or actually anything really. Have you ever tried something like that?
I haven't used that one, but that one is sculpting. So it's like ZBrush. ZBrush is like the father of all of those. Blender also has that option, a very good one. Cinema 4D has it in a different way. So it's great that you mentioned this because there's two ways of modeling. One is the sculpting, like a nomad. So you create like if you were working with clay. And then once you have your character created, you need to retopologize. Retopologize is going back to what I mentioned before with the edge loops, you know, like to make sure that you have an optimized amount of polygons. So in my case, what I usually do is I work directly in a low poly, and then sometimes when I get a bit mixed up, because usually like the first tests of my character are really ugly, they're horrible, I get really pissed off. I sometimes go to sculpting in order to have an idea like how it's going to work. So I take spheres and start pushing them and meshing like you would do in Nomad sculpting. And what's really interesting with this is, and going back to like AI, is that in 3D, being a digital software, it might not be AI, but the dev work that's been behind that has allowed creatives to work in a certain way or another. So if you look at artists that work in ZBrush or Nomad, they work differently than somebody that looks like me in Cinema 4D. I can recognize a Cinema 4D artist from far away because of how the tools work. If you look at VR work, people that work, you know, with those like joysticks in VR, you can notice that it's all much more like organic, and they also have a certain style. So what's important when you decide on what software you're going to work with is that it's very possible that the way that software works is going to affect the way that you create. You know, I don't even know how to draw what I do in 3D for the same reason, because the techniques are different and the way that you adapt, it's like a language, right? The way you speak in a certain language is different than when you speak in another one.
It's really real. I like Nomad Sculpt. Like I am not an artist at all. I can't draw. Like I can't just freehand draw. I used to be able to draw some things. If I was looking at an object or something, I could maybe like draw it by looking at it and put it on paper. But going from my mind to paper to try to draw, I could never do. But with Nomad Sculpt, I kind of found it easy because I actually bought an Apple Pencil. So it gave me the ability to kind of sculpt with the Apple Pencil, and like it just felt really natural and just something I would push with my thumb to sculpt the clay, like how you described it as like molding and meshing clay.
Exactly, and the beauty with this is that you can really feel it like if you were doing it with your hands, right? And I guess that when you say that, if that's something that feels good with you, is because you have a spatial intelligence, and that allows you to connect better in the process. Because working, for example, with low polys, it's very like working with cubes and putting up together. So it's different than when you're working with something like organic, like Nomad Sculpt. So each person is a whole world, right? And we're all special in our own way, and that affects how you're going to create or what you're going to use as a tool. Now the thing is, when you're going to work with Nomad Sculpt, most probably if you want to work after an Unreal Engine or any other software in order to take it to metaverses or to gaming, you will have to go to the step of retopology, which is like just reconverting the mesh to a low poly, which you can do automatically with some tools, but usually if you want really to be able to manually touch it like you want it, like have the loops where you want them to, then you're gonna have to know how to do it manually, which is not difficult, it's just patience.
Dude, my character mesh is like a mess. If you looked at it, then you'd probably be like, this is the most disgusting mess of a character mesh I've ever seen. I know I have polygons all over the place. I know it's a big mess, but like I said, I solved it at all. I really didn't know what I was doing. I think there's like a subdivision thing on Nomad where I did have to bring it down because like I couldn't export it as it was like a lot of polygons. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, but I got it down to a point where I could export it, get it into Unreal Engine, and have a game character.
Exactly, it doesn't really matter because I mean it matters only depending on where you're gonna take it. Because if you're gonna take it to Unreal for gaming, then yeah, most probably you're gonna have to make a topology. Now, for example, I don't know about Otherside, but Nifty they automatically optimize the mesh. But for example, that's something that scares me a lot because I worked so hard on a character. I don't want anybody to automatically optimize it. So I prefer to know like what's the limit, and from there I make sure that I have the amount of polygons that I need. For example, in an area like the tibia, you know, the calves, you don't need as many polygons, but on the knees or the elbows you do. Why? Because you're gonna have stretching there, so you have to have more polygons in the areas that stretch than in the areas that don't. So you start like strategically doing that.
So like if you in the areas with the less polygons, like if you have less polygons where you need them, like does it look like a break in the mesh? Does it look like a hole? Like how does it start to manifest like without enough polygons, like as a visual aspect?
So where you notice most of those problems in the below the shoulders, the armpits. That's what like everybody that doesn't know how to model well, that's where it's going to show, and you can see it in many Web3 projects. Where you need to be very careful is the elbows, the knees, the armpits, and then the mouth and the eyes, and maybe
that's
like
where
the
also
neck.
like weight painting also comes into play a lot there too, right?
Exactly, and the thing is, if you have a model that is well topologized, you will need to weight paint less. For example, you're going to have a better armpit if you do something called A-pose modeling than T-pose modeling. So I like to model as an A-pose. I can explain that later. And then I lift the arm when I'm finished to a T-pose, so that makes it more readable. Because like VRMs don't like A-pose. The plus side of an A-pose is that it has the arm as an A pose, right? So like it's a bit bent down, so it's a much more natural shape. And I've learned, and I saw a YouTube tutorial from a guy that said the Pixar style, and there's a way to put the shoulder area so that when the arms go down, the area of the armpits doesn't fold. There are plugins or add-ons, like for example in Cinema 4D something called Delta Mush, and I think I've done it for everything else that helps you with that. But it's best to do it as good as possible to avoid those extra things, because also if you're going to be working with other people, or if you're going to take it to Unreal, or if you're going to take it if you take it to Unreal and Unreal doesn't understand that plugin, you have a problem. You'd have to know how to fit over there. So you have to have your character as well modeled as possible so that it could be as universal as possible, you know?
No, I totally get it, man. Yo, thanks for dropping that game. You know what I mean? Like, I know my dead friends has been working on it. He said since April of 2024 he started doing 3D art and really like diving into Unreal and stuff like that. And like, yo, I just think it's so cool, like the capabilities. 'Cause like I've really seen it, you know what I mean? Like really manifest and take fold. I remember at the early days of A Kid Called Beast, like when you could just get your file, but it wasn't T-posed yet. But like we were still being active with those files and like creating, like you could turn it into an AR situation, and all of a sudden your beast was like 2,000 feet big in the middle of the street, you know. And
Well,
like,
the Kid Called Beast, for example, that project wasn't supposed to be rigged from the start. You know, that wasn't what that's something that came up after. And luckily, because I modeled
Really?
T-pose, yeah, that wasn't even asked for. That's something.
So 3D files were never really a part of the deal when we minted it.
No, 3D file is something that came during the process, and we had to like add it to the pipeline.
Bro, that's
So, but
crazy
the-
to me. I didn't know that. I thought it was always part of the plan, the way that y'all rolled it out. I mean, they
No,
finally
no,
got
it
the
wasn't.
toys out too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, yeah, that's pretty amazing to me. Yeah, man, I'm excited about what art you got coming to Ape Chain and stuff like that. I can't wait to, you know, the future we're in that part of the timeline where we're actually playing around in a Croco or whatever, you know, where we have like these other communities that are, you know, it's more like a Nifty Island. Like we've had several communities signed up. We got different avatars. I think that like there's a future to that part of the gaming that's going to be phenomenal. And I'm here for that part of the future. You know what I'm saying? I see my homies in the building, Honey B, and let me bring Hype up.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Did you guys get it, yo? We've been chopping it up with Mr. Cat. You know, we got questions going around. He's been sharing some of his artistic process. He's done some of our favorite IP in Web3, and he continues to rock and roll.
We just finished up planning for the game G-Spot. Give you guys a little alpha. We have 5 games tomorrow to be ready.
5 games.
Oh shit.
What? Wait a minute.
5 games?
I knew about games.
Damn.
Five.
Rapid fire.
Hype, you must have not been in the meeting either.
No, I was driving, bro. I was 3 hours driving. They gotta at least do bubbles, bro. Bro, they gotta do at least bubbles for like audio for driving, bro.
Audio only, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to listen in, but it's all good.
Yo, if there was a straight bubble app,
Yeah.
that I could download to my you gotta mute your hype. If there was a straight bubbles app that I could download to iOS or things that would like give me the audio aspect and like you just see like a floating name in here, I think that would be so dope. And like I would move my spaces and my stuff over here 100%. Because I feel like that's part of the that's why like several of us are starting our little bubble schedule next week. And like you know, am I gonna try to stream on Twitter? Absolutely. Host a space on Twitter? Absolutely. But the way I'm trying to do it is all coming live from the bubbles. It's all coming live from the bubbles, and you know, I'm hoping that it works out. You know, I haven't done my Facebook outreach yet, like I planned on, just because like, you know, I want to see how we grow this weekend, and like, yo, listen, wrangling up 230 y'all is not as easy as y'all think it is. Like, it's so crazy too, because there was probably people who spoke like 8 different languages this last Saturday, and like people would just come get in the way of like the shots, and like they're like this, oh, let me just go ahead and twerk in front of Machiavelli right now. It's not like we're not playing a game. Like, I'm like, yo, come on. It's been super cool though, super. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? Anything they want to add? Any questions? Any of that? Like, please feel free. Mr. Cat's here. There's a lot of the homies here. I want to hear from my man Rock Soul too. Something about Rock Soul that y'all don't know is like, not only does my man have the hand in real life and he's got that artistic value, like I've never seen somebody put on the Oculus and actually paint with a spray can and freehand it, and it's so damn good. Like it's literally phenomenal. It's almost like he's working on a canvas in real life, and there's something to be said about that right there, like, because that artistic value and talent like literally transfers across the platforms. Kind of like how this is like the new basic, so to speak. One second, I got you. Roxo, are you there? Roxo, are you there?
I saw that video, by the way. I saw him doing the art with the MetaQuest on with the VR headset, man. It is dope. You're right. It's like super clean lines, and he's like drawing like perfect. It like looks really good. It's like awesome.
Bro, I tried that shit before with my homies Oculus on it, and I didn't do anything super clean. Like,
I have it. I have it too, man. It's tough. It's not as easy as Rockstar makes it look.
Bro, it's not, bro, at all. Like, at all.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've actually seen some different artists actually utilize that even for making some big murals and stuff. They put the MetaQuest VR headset on, and they can like project the image onto like a giant wall, start like tracing it out that way, and then take the VR headset off and then kind of fill things in after the fact, man. Like, it's a kind of a new way of like using the tech, man. And I think it's a pretty cool step forward.
No, it really is, man. And you see that different layer of creativity, but like even drawing a straight line in there, tracing something isn't easy. Because it really is about the flick of the wrist. Yo, Farmer!
Oh shit, my mic was live. I'm so sorry. I'm yawning and shit. Hi.
Yeah, bro, like, what are you?
No, I'm fucking exhausted. Man. Was I talking to myself? What's going on? Why'd you call me out? I'm so sorry.
Talking about some bullshit.
I've had a great week. I was exhausted. I didn't know my mic was hot.
Yo, it has been a really, really great week, guys. I'm not gonna even lie. Like I said, this week has flown by so fast too. I spent a lot of time on Honeybee Hive, G-Spot, and the guys, and like, everybody's really like doing their part, and like, it's been great to keep grinding and stuff, and we really look forward to the games tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We'll be hustling all day, getting the word out, seeing how many people show up. We're hoping to break the record, like we have every single time. I think even the fact that we did like the game 3 on Saturday, and then we hosted the G's, like, for 230 people to show up one day, and then literally the next day 160 people show up, 180 people show up to compete. Like, that's phenomenal. Like, you know what I mean? That's like basically the number we kept after we had the world crash. Now, I guess we're playing 5 games. Honeybee, can you tell us what game we're playing? Can we get some alpha, Honeybee?
You guys want some alpha? First of all, let me get some W's in the chat to make sure everyone's awake and active.
Aurelius, you can't be the only one with W's. That boy Aurelius got like 16 W's on the top of his head. Yo.
He's like, yeah, that's me. That's me. All right.
Oh shit, am I live again? I'm still yawning. Oh my god, why am I? I'm so sorry.
We have 5 games tomorrow, 2 of which require you making choices. Some of you will have to eliminate your friends for a bag, and some of them you're gonna race. You have 3 choices. Let's just say it's gonna be a good time. And of course we have Red Light, Green Light for the classic and everyone's favorite. And a little red.
Yo, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how we do it. Are we gonna, I'm interested to see how tomorrow really goes. Like, I hope that, we get a good pressure test out here. Maybe break the world a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's put this new client to the test. I mean, that's really all we could do. Guys, I'm about to pop this bubble. I want to thank you all. We've been here for about an hour and 20 minutes, and it's been a blast. Thank you, Mr. Cat. Thank you, my dead friends. Thank you to everybody who came and participated, asked questions, just been a part of the conversation. Like, Mr. Cat, I love the fact you're in here with us too, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when I think about, you know, great 3D artists in the game and you know, who are actually building IP, creating IP, you definitely come to mind, and I'm super, super happy that we got you coming to Ape Chain, and like, I can't wait to see what you drop, partake, and see how it grows, because, you know what I'm saying, like, that's definitely the value add for sure, for sure. Does anybody else have...
Yeah, I just want to say I'm here for the long run, and I'm super humble, bro, because there's a lot of talent here, a lot of people, really important people in the community and in all senses. So be patient, and I'm gonna rock your world. Just gotta wait, please. Thanks.
Yo, hey, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, hey, come rock my world. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Guys, I'm gonna bring this up a little higher. Who was that? Yo.
The motherfucker yawning the whole time.
Okay, I know.
Are we gliding to the cave? Are we going to the caves?
You want to glide into the cave?
Let's go. You can land on that platform.
From all the way up here, guys. Let me give you all a tip. Okay. Whenever you're gliding, if you hold S, it'll like dive you down. Like, if you're holding S, it'll start to dip you down. So you don't have to click the space bar to like fall and then re-click the space bar to jump. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you hold S, you'll glide in an angle down. Just wanted to give everybody that tip. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bonafide, Mad Love. Listen, when we take this this glide real quick, you're very welcome, Mr. Cat. When we take this glide, like, y'all try to follow me. I don't mind. Like, I'm right here, kind of in front of you. You're gonna see me come to. I'm not gonna rug. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Thank y'all all guys again for joining me. You know what? I should do a badge right now, huh? Like, how long will it take me to set up a badge right now? Who wants a badge?
2 seconds.
Like, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me set up a badge real quick. I'll give everybody a badge so they can go get a badge right now. Anybody feel free to talk real quick. Honeybee, you want to talk? Let me do this real quick.
The games will be beginning shortly. Reminder, tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern. Less than 12 hours. Or, just kidding, less than 24. So get ready. There's going to be some gliding, there's going to be some running, there's going to be some racing, there's going to be some railing, and some choices. Lots of choices. Also, we up the pool. There's more prizes this time. There's a little more winners. There are a lot more choices to be made from you guys. So, be ready.
I just need another moment. I'm already up and creating it.
Banger. How we doing, guys? What we doing? What we up to?
I don't have to poop anymore.
All you motherfuckers have speaker and no one's speaking. What is this?
I'm bored, man.
Yo, shout out to Aquamarine on top.
So, Dino, did you finally talk to your girlfriend, bro? What'd she say? Like,
I'll see her tomorrow. Pretty much. I downloaded some Battlefield 6 right now. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh god, I just got done playing it. This was miserable. I was my tired. I hate that.
Is it bad?
I I mean, it's Battlefield, and I've never liked Battlefield, and I was like, I'll give it a shot, man, it looks fun. And I'm like, either I'm tired and a boomer, or I just still hate it. I think that's still the thing. But if you like Battlefield, it's great.
I've never
Alrighty.
really been a fan of that.
I think we're gonna call it when it comes to the stream, but I do appreciate everyone for watching. I don't want to spoil this code, but you know, I love you. Take care. We're cutting it a little bit shorter. I'm a little tired on Friday. It's just a long week, but we'll be back tomorrow, just like every day. But I hope you take care, be well, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like, follow, retweet, subscribe on all major platforms. And yeah, I love you again. Have chain on top. Peace.
Feel like something that should not down to the river, down to the water, to let the go, go. She gon' sink, sink like a skipping stone, down to the bottom for the catfish to feed. I can hear, I can feel in my misery. And she asks, walk with barely a sign, with not sight, but a effort to turn us on. Oh, boy, for real, give up today, but oh, oh, no, go easy. Oh, if I know, no, I don't know where I'm gonna leave. So just tell me you need. We'll find a war. If a God for example, surround the gotta get out of California. I gotta get out of California. They said give it some time. Another John B. Summertime Bruce. Watching Kevin Costner star in Footloose. Dances with wolves at the summer camp. Saturday 14th, your girlfriend wear the pants. This is your chance to do your dance. This is your chance. I gotta get out of California. I gotta get out of California. So give it some time. Give it some time. Who's the director of your program? On the TV. The more you know, the more you don't understand.